How's it going, YouTube? Today we are going to take a look at this Coleman 200A. The story behind this one goes something like this. About a month and a half ago, I was at the Pacific Northwest Coleman Collectors Gathering in Lacey, Washington, and was chatting with Steve Winkleman out in the parking lot. We happened to make a coffee video that you might have seen earlier. If not, go check it out. Also, Steve made a video of the same, so check his out as well. And parked next to my car was a fellow that we were talking with, and turns out he repairs tents. And we chatted for a while and then went our separate ways. A couple days later, I was looking through some ads, and I saw this lantern along with a couple other items. And it became apparent after some back and forth talking that when he mentioned his name, I go, oh, I met somebody with that name just a few days ago, and it was a fairly unique name. And it turns out it was the same guy. So we hooked up, and I went over and picked this up along with another lantern that you'll be seeing in another video. So let's take a look at this one here. We have a 200A. Let's check the date on it. This is a 4 of 1960. This is my first 200A that is red that has the tall ventilator on it. The other one I have that does have a tall ventilator is a Berg, and that was from 61, I believe. So this is just a little bit older than that one. This is in pretty good shape. There's a couple marks on here. Some chips in the porcelain. There's another one right there. Globe's in good shape. I mean, everything looks really good on it. I mean, it's not perfect, but it looks really nice. So what we're going to do is go through it and see if we can light it up. I'm going to start by taking the vent off. I'll take this to the wire wheel and just take that little bit of surface rust off. No big thing there. A little bit of soot, and I'll clean up nicely. Globe seems to be in good shape. I'm pretty sure this is not an original globe, but it's a Coleman replacement. Good enough. Got the clip-on mantles. I'll take this off. The mantle's in good shape. I don't know, maybe I should leave it. I'm not a big fan of the clip-ons, but you know, if it ain't broke, I don't see any holes. Maybe I'll just leave it there, depending on how aggressive I get with cleaning in here. May or may not require the need to replace that. We'll see. I'll definitely clean all the soot up over here. In fact, I probably will. I am going to take this off because I'm going to put this, let it soak and get some of this rust off. Make that burner cage look really good. So let's take this thing off if I can. Man, I was twisted a few times. All right, that goes to the garbage. Valve turns really, really easy, so I may want to tighten that nut up just a little bit. I mean, I got just very little effort and this thing turns. Take a look at the cap here. Yeah, that gasket needs to be replaced, so we'll be doing that. Now let's take a quick look at the pump. Whoops. Let me get a screwdriver, probably work better. There we go. Come on out. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. There we go. All right. Leather definitely needs to be soaked in some oil. So we'll drop that into the Marvel Mystery Oil, as Cutler would say. So we'll throw that in there. Got that going. Let's see what else we check. Ooh, that's a little tough, but it is turning. It's just a little tight. All right, so put it in the up position. Let's go ahead and take that generator off. Oh, you know what? It's a 200A. I can take the burner cage off first, so I'll do that. There we go. Now I can get this generator off. Oh, they hooked it from the back. Okay. All right, so generator definitely needs to be cleaned up. That looks okay. It just needs to be cleaned. And don't know if I'll be able to get that packing, the spring and whatnot out. We'll give that a shot. We'll work on that a little bit later. And make sure not to lose these washers. A little steel wool on this will brighten that up really nicely. And not too much gunk here. No, I'm going to take a little bit to clean it, not much. More like a wipe down, you know. That's going to look really nice. See if we can spot anything in here. I don't see anything, but we'll throw a brush in there, brush that out. We'll take this U-tube off and burn a cap, clean these things up, get that looking nice. All right, so there's the breakdown, all the parts. I don't know. Well, actually, let's take a look inside the fountain here. And if it looks good enough, I'm not going to worry too much. Yeah, looks pretty good. I mean, it's probably hard to see on the video. From what I can tell, looks pretty good in there. Not sure I'm going to pull this off. I think I'm going to chance it and just clean everything up, fuel it up, pressurize, all that stuff. get this all cleaned up. So there we go. This is the breakdown, and the next step is to clean up the parts. When I come back, we'll get started on that. Okay, so what I want to do is get this soaking first, get this rust off and whatnot. So I'm going to take this tube along with the burner cap off. When I do that, that allows me to take off the U-tube and the ventilator, whatchamacallit. I'm sure it has a name. Don't know what it's called, but we'll get that cleaned up. And this little nugget, whatever you want to call it. I don't know all the names of all the parts, but they sure look pretty when they're cleaned up. Okay, and what I'm going to do is put all of this into some evapo-rust. So I've got this behind me here. I'm going to get that soaking. There we go. Got that started. Also going to put, I think, this part of the bale into the evapor-rust as well. What else? This nut. I'll put the washers in. The clip for the retaining clip for the pump. This I'll probably put into some carb cleaner. I'll put this in the evapor-rust as well. Okay, so let's take a look at this check valve here. I probably should have pulled the stem out when I had the pump in my hand, but I'll just unthread it like this. Almost got it. There we go. I think this is the small. Let's see. Yeah. And we've got the larger threads. Ooh, you see that? All right, I'm going to clean that up, and hopefully that's just some gunk. So let's take a closer look at it. All right, so yeah, we got some gunk on here. Looks like it's going to come right off. It looked worse than it is. I thought I was looking at something that was pretty bad. Okay, and I can see that the little ball valve in there is moving when I shake it. I'll shake it next to the mic. I can hear it shaking, so I'll just clean that up, and that'll be good as new. Put that in the carb cleaner as well. And let's take a look down there. See if, oh, actually that looks, can you see that? There we go. That actually looks pretty clean. I've seen much, much worse. So we'll get that cleaned out. Just take a brush to it. Spray some carb cleaner down there, and that'll be good. I think just kind of judging by how clean this is in here, that tells me that's probably pretty darn clean in there. I do hear something shaking around. Uh-oh. Ooh, what do we got? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, you're seeing it. This was a little unexpected. So yeah, this is going to get the BB shake and the full vinegar treatment in here to clean this out. That was absolutely unexpected. And there's more. But wait, there's more. Oh man. Okay. Well, guess what? This is coming off. That was in there. This is coming off. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Boy, oh boy. I like them when they're nice and easy light ups. When you don't have to do a whole lot to it, but I also like a challenge. So challenge accepted. All right, so what I'm going to do is just take a quick note of how this is clocked. All right, there on video. So that way I can put it back together correctly. All right, so I don't have a vise. I don't have a lantern vise. So the way I end up taking these off is using a different kind of vise. I'll show you. I'll reposition the camera and show you how I do this. Okay, so this is how I take off these assemblies. I just open my vise up. I'll close it like that. And then I just give it a twist. I try to apply pressure evenly, so that way the fount doesn't bend or, there we go, got it loose. Because what can happen is if I put too much pressure one way or the other, this could end up leaning one way or the other. All right, so here we go. Got that coming off. Okay, so yeah, that was a good idea, taking this apart. I was not going to do it at first. Looks like somebody's been in here before. Look at that. A little piece of thread just came off. All right, so we'll take this down. Where is that little wrench? There we go. Oh, that is not small enough. Where is my smaller wrench? Will this one work? This one should do it. Well, that didn't do it. All right. I'm going to use an adjustable to take that apart. There we go. Whoop, boing, boing, boing. Good thing I tracked where that spring went. There's a little spring. We'll get this all cleaned up. That's also going to go in some carb cleaner. And of course, I'm going to take the spring and just kind of give it a little stretch, put some more life back into it. So let's do that now. Let's get that in the carb cleaner. How long should I let that rest sit on my bench top, huh? I think once I get this in the cleaner, I'm going to clean that up. Okay. That goes in. This goes in. Okay, got those parts in the carb cleaner, and what I'm going to try to do, I don't want to put the cardboard that's in here in the carb cleaner, so I'm going to try to get that out. So I guess the first thing I should do is take this tip off. There we go. I'm going to put that tip in here. And then I'm going to try to get something to see if I can push out the spring and the cardboard. Hopefully it's not in there too tough. That's not going to do it. What do I usually use? I have something. All right, we're going to figure that out later. Okay, I'm going to lid this up. And I'll stick that there till later. Let's clean up this rust mess. All right, I'm going to get to that a little bit later. Running out of time today to continue on this, but I will continue it, and it'll be no time for you, but it'll be probably next day for me. When I come back, we will continue. All right. Everything cleaned up, and cleaned up nicely for the most part. You can see all the brass parts cleaned up really nice. Pretty much did it all with a brass brush. Nothing too crazy. I did take the wire wheel to, what did I take the wire wheel to? This part here. That's the only part I think I really took the wire wheel to. Oh, maybe the ball nut. Everything else, I just used the wire brush, and everything turned out really nicely. For the fount, I did fill it with evaporust, let it sit for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Then I emptied the evaporust, and then I flushed it with water, and then I did the BB shake, put, I don't know, about 50, 60 BBs in there and shook it for about 5 minutes. Then I flushed it until the water came out clean, and then I put denatured alcohol in there to dry out the water. Took a 4/0 steel wool to the ventilator. I did replace the gasket by burning out the old one and putting in the new one. I saved you the video on that. I've shown that before in some other videos, but that is how I replaced that gasket. I replaced it with the Bassnets number 2. Took the wire brush to all these other parts here. The carb cleaner did a good job on cleaning all the parts that deal with the fuel. I happened to pick up this generator tube. It wasn't the complete generator, but I picked this up at the gathering that I was at back in March. Happens to be a 200 generator, but it didn't have anything inside. But I did have the cardboard, and I did have the spring, so put those in because I took the spring and the cardboard out of the old one. Where is it? This is the old one, and it is in really, really bad shape. It's all bent. I could not get the spring back in once I got it out. So I just said, well, you know, luckily I picked this one up, and I'm going to put this in. Where is it? There it is. I'm going to put this one in instead. The tip came out fine. I'll go ahead and put the tip on right now while I'm thinking about it. We'll tighten that tip down. There we go. Steel wool to the collar. Collar came out looking nice. Just a wire brush to the bail, and the bail came out looking nice. The pump leather is, it's okay. It's not the greatest, but it's going to do the job. It's not cracked along the sides or anything, so I'm just going to keep it in there. It's been soaking in the Mr. Oil for about a day. This came out nice. Just wire brush. And then the carburetor cleaner did its job for the fuel pickup. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Let's put that together here. Whoops, I think I put it in incorrectly. Give me a second here. Now I'll put this in correctly. There we go. Yeah, looks good. Tighten that down. All right, that's ready to go. I do not bother putting, some people put tape on there, even some thread lock. I don't bother with that, never have. Never had any issues. All right, as far as clocking goes, I'm going to have to go back and refer to the video to make sure I have the clocking correct. So I will be right back. Okay, so it appears that the clocking, the valve wheel needs to be right here. So I'm not far off. I'm pretty sure it's not going to go around one more time. So I'm going to call that good for now. What's next? Put the collar on. That looks all right. I'm going to move this stuff over so I can kind of keep this centered. There we go. Okay, we've got our washers. Small one, large one. What's next? How about put the pump cap on? I'm going to have to take it off to fuel it up, but we're going to try to pressure test it anyway. Let's put the check valve back in. Let's see, is it the large thread? Yeah, it is. So I'm going to have to. And I think it was the small end. All right. We'll put the stem back on. And then the pump. Wow. Having a hard time. I don't know why. There we go. Okay. How is this going to go? We're going to go like that. There's that. All right. Feels good. What's next? Generator. Oops. Oh, get in there. No. Generator nut. Burner. Cage. Come on. There we go. And it's nut. Okay. What do we got? All right. On the top, I got to remember how this all goes. This goes like that. Our YouTube goes down here with the threaded part. There's the threaded part. That's going to go down here. I believe this needs to go on top of that. There we go. That don't look right. That must go like this. There we go. Screws in here. And let's see, let's give that a little. That's a little bit bigger. Let's use this adjustable. Get it in there. That should hold it. That looks a little bent, so I'm just going to straighten it out. That looks better. We got our wheel. It still feels a little loose to me, but I'm going to wait, put some fuel in there, keep an eye on that, make sure it doesn't leak. Globe. Vent. Bail. And there's the nut. All right. Looking good. My OCD is getting the best of me here. I don't want that. Look how loose that is. That wheel is really, really, you know, just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to give that valve stem nut just a little crank. Just a little crank. Because I am not terribly... All right, that feels more like it. That feels more like it. All right. I'm going to take this off now. We're going to do a quick pressure test. Closed. Tighten that down. Feels good. Feels like it's building pressure. I think I need to put a little oil in here. That's what I'm going to do right now. Should have done that earlier. Yeah. Oh yeah. Much more better. Much more better. All right. Let's see if we get some... Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That sounds good. I don't know if you can hear that. Okay. Let's get some fuel in there. Let's see what happens. All right. Build up some pressure with fuel in it. See what happens. So far, so good. How about I tie a mantle on? I think we're doing all right. Let's burn that mantle in. And we'll see if she'll light up here. All right, sounds like I'm getting air. Not much fuel yet. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this out a few times. See what happens. It was promising there for a second. But something just ain't right yet. It was close. All right, I'm going to pump it up a little more. Probably used most of the pressure that I initially gave it. And we'll try this again. All right, let's see what happens here. Okay, I heard a little spitting, and then it stopped. Obviously, something got stuck. I'm going to clean that out. Okay, we're getting close here. All right, let's burn what we got in the generator. We keep this going. Okay, fireball. That's all right. This really doesn't surprise me considering how much stuff was in that tank. But there we go. I think we're there. Whew! I wasn't sure it was going to happen, but it did. And there we have it. 1960, I think it was 4 of 1960, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot already. Ain't she pretty? Up and running. I'm going to turn off some lights. Let's take a good look at her. Oh yeah, looking nice. Opened all the way. Give it a little more pressure. Not seeing any leaks. A little bit of flickering. That's fine. Let's get you out of the stand and get some close-ups. Well, that's going to do it for this video. I am really pleased with her. She's burning nice and smooth now. And yeah, gotta love it. All right, that's it, YouTube. You guys have a good one, and we will catch you on the next video. Take care.